Last night at Coors Field in Denver, the Giants and Rockies game had all the ingredients of a National League West showdown. But in the last of the ninth, Colorado came up with the big hit in a Game 1 win over San Francisco. Tonight, Matt Cain tries to restore order and get the Giants back on track against one of the best lineups in the game. It's another NL West showdown, Game 2 of the series, next.
That's right, we're coming to you from the Mile High City. We're in Denver, Colorado, as we get ready for Giants baseball, Game 2 of this 3-game series, Giants and Rockies. Hi again, everybody. I'm Dwayne Kuiper. Alongside me is Mike Krukow. Very tough, very disappointing game last night and how it ended. But you shake that off, and today the Giants will go out and they're going to hand the ball to the horse. And Matt Cain. So we'll see what Matt Cain's got in him tonight.
Well, Matt Cain's got 17 lifetime wins against this Rockies team, 17-8 lifetime. So he has had success against this team. He's had success in this arena. This is becoming a nice competition between these two teams, and it really is blood baseball. They both want something that, and they're both fighting hard to get it. And we expect this is going to be a very hard-fought ball game today, as it will be tomorrow. It's just the way that these two teams are. The Giants, in order to win this game, they have to play better defense. They cannot give up 90-foot mistakes. The team that is the cleanest in that regard is going to win this game.
And Angel Pagan back in the lineup, and of course he is leading off. Another good matchup tonight. Matt Cain for the Giants against Jolish Chacin, and we'll have it for you. But right now, stay tuned as we will take you to our Comcast Sportsnet studios for an update, and we'll do that right after this.
Box. Head to Jack in the Box and try the new Jack's Blazing Chicken Sandwich. It's Jack's hottest sandwich yet. And by Toyota, #1 in MPG, durability, and resale value. Toyota, let's go places.
We're at Coors Field for Game 2 of this 3-game series. Yolis Chassin coming out of the bullpen. Our game time weather is presented by the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk. Get to the beach. The admission-free boardwalk is open daily starting Friday, May 23rd. 56 degrees here at the yard. We have winds between 5 and 10 miles per hour. The humidity is high. And yes, indeed, there are some storms in the area. The first umbrella sighting. Hopefully that's the last time. There you go. 2 more. All right, let's take a look at the Giants starting lineup, and it's brought to you by Coors Light. Welcome back Angel Pagan into the lineup. He will get in the leadoff spot, followed by Pence, and then Pablo Sandoval. The cleanup hitter is Michael Morse. Another night without Buster Posey. Hector Sanchez will do the catching. Tyler Colvin. You see, he's got 9 games this year, 8 extra base hits. Followed by Hicks, then Crawford, and pitching and batting ninth is Matt Cain.
That gentleman right there is going to take the hill for the Colorado Rockies. That would be Yolis Chassin, 6'3", 215-pounder, out of Nogales, Arizona. Originally born in Maracaibo, Venezuela. It's his home here in the States now. And Chassin is in his 5th year at the big league level. You take your bats against him, you're going to see a low 90s fastball. He will sink. He will cut the fastball. He's got a curveball, slider, and a changeup. Take a look at the numbers in 3 starts this year. He's still looking for win number 1. He missed the first month of the season with a right shoulder strain. So he's just getting his feet back on the ground. This will be start number 4. He's allowed 25 runners in 17 innings pitched. Rockies feel that he's getting stronger every time he goes out there. Much harder on lefties than righties at this point. And that's because his changeup has been such a good pitch. Let's take a look at the defense playing behind Chassin. Starting in the Rockies outfield from left to right will be Gonzalez, Blackman, and Kadire. Tulowitzki and Arenado on the left side of the infield. LeMahieu and Morneau on the right side. Willeen Rosario. Well, he'll be in the squad, putting down the signs. It's good to see Angel Pagan back in the lineup, Kite.
Yeah, his injury was back on the homestand on the weekend when he jammed his shoulder into the turf on this dive. It was his left elbow going into the turf. And watch how it jarred the shoulder, and he went down hard. And we got a little concerned when he started holding that part, and then the front part, the collarbone. Giants cannot lose him. Saw what happened last year. So he's back in the lineup, and he's going to lead things off.
Is he 100%? Doubtful.
Most of those guys out there aren't, neither are we.
Day to day.
So here's Pagan. And the first pitch of the ball game is a ball. So we get started at 6:42. 2 pitches, 2 balls, called by home plate umpire Adam Hamari.
And Adam Hamari's got a pretty big zone. He'll get low strikes, you'll get high strikes.
Not that low strike, it's 3-0.
You get a little more width outside the lefties than you do to righties, but all in all, it's a pretty good pitcher's strike zone.
Three balls and 1 strike on the get it in fastball to Angel Pagan. 3 for 15 lifetime against Chassin. And this is bounced up the middle, but LeMahieu to his right will make the play, and that's how this game gets started.
All right, time now for our Nissan keys to the game. And first outs are important. Why? Well, last night the Rockies got their leadoff hitter on 6 times out of 9 innings. The Giants need to improve upon that. And, oh, by the way, get the elusive last strike. Such a frustrating loss for the Giants last night. 1 strike away from heaven, and they could not get it done. So that's our Nissan keys to the game.
Here's Hunter Pence. And a strike to Pence. 2 for 3 last night. Overall at 286. 3 home runs, 14 driven in. With Pablo Sandoval to follow. Just underway here at Coors Field. We had a stormy afternoon here in Denver. Pence chops it foul. It's tough to take a nap when they've got sirens and whistles and everything going on, just to let you know that there's a tornado that might be knocking on your door.
Yeah, well, yeah. It pays to be inconvenienced when the alarms you're getting are about a tornado, and they had them very close to the center of downtown Denver today. Just a little northeast.
Here's the 1-2 to Pence. It's never a dull moment when it comes to weather here.
No, it changes so rapidly. It can be very, very hot, and the same day it can be very, very cold, and vice versa. Storms can come in, but they blow out as fast as they come in. Big sky country.
Pence just stays alive. Fooled on that off-speed pitch. It remains 2-2. There's the Panda waiting on deck. Giants 10 games over 500. The Rockies are 6 games over 500. And Pence dribbles another one foul. Chassin looking off to his left like, this guy's killing me.
Well, he's throwing to the kitchen sink, and somehow Pence is extending and catching a piece of all that off-speed stuff.
He's 4 for 19 against Chassin. Trying to get on right now for Pablo Sandoval here in the top of the first. He's got him.
Stayed persistent to the off-speed stuff and gets him to chase a big curveball. So a frustrating walk back to the Giants dugout for Hunter Pence. Strikeout number 1 for Chassin.
Sandoval hitting .215. 0 for 4 last night. Last night most of his at-bats came from the right side. And there's a belt-high strike. He's got pretty good numbers against Chassin. A couple of doubles, a couple of home runs. He's got a triple. Michael Morris is on deck. Rockies are good at home. They're 16-6 at home, so they're 10 games over 500 in this ballpark. It's low. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. Giants on the road are 4 games over 500. Three and 1 to the Panda.
They really have stayed away. Just last night, nothing but away, and it's carrying into this ball game as well.
Sandoval ropes this one, but it's right at Kadire. Will not end the inning. Blackman, Kadire, Tulowitzki coming up. Game coming out. Blackman, Kadire, and then Tulowitzki, and you see his numbers against Kane. He's had a lot of at-bats against Matt Cain. Gonzalez, on the other hand, has had a lot of at-bats, and he doesn't do so well against Cain. The hero last night, Arenado, then Morneau, Rosario, and LeMahieu, and Chacin will hit ninth.
On the hill tonight for the Giants will be Matt Cain, the 6'3", 230-pound right-hander, 29 years of age, in his 9th year at the big league level, making start number 8. 1-3 with a 3.92 ERA. With Cain, you're going to get a fastball that he will cut and sink. You get a lot of them. He's got a high 3/4 short arm release. It's a ball and a delivery that'll get on you quickly. The pitch right across the letters a lot higher than a lot of pitchers pitch. It's always been a strength of his. He also has a curveball, slider, and a changeup. 17-8 lifetime against this Colorado Rocky team. And 6-3 here at Coors Field. Not many visiting pitchers can say that.
Here's Blackman, who was a pinch hitter last night and went 0 for 1. He does have some ownage on Cain. He's 3 for 12 lifetime. And the first pitch is inside, 1-0. Overall, off to a great start. 337, 9 home runs, 32 runs batted in. And he bounces this one foul.
Let's take a look at the Giants defensively tonight behind Cain. Starting in their outfield, it'll be Colvin, Pagan, and Pence from left to right. Crawford, Sandoval on the left side of the infield. Hicks and Morse on the right side. And Hector Sanchez will be in the squad, putting down the signs.
And the 1-1 now to Blackman, and he takes a strike. It's 1-2.
He was not looking fastball there.
Kadire to follow. No swing. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Tulowitzki on deck here in the bottom of the first inning. Cain is, and you might have mentioned this, but he's had 14 starts lifetime in this park, and he's done very well. And as Blackman just spoils a good pitch by lining it foul right over the tarp. That's not a good sign. I think that hit a child. Yeah, Dad's walking up the steps. Oh my gosh. Got him.
And there's that high strike you're going to get with Hamari. And right away, Charlie Blackman, not a fan. And if you're getting a high strike, I mean, that's going to favor Matt Cain, because he has always been able to pitch up top. Bang. And this is what Matt Cain has thrown this year. He's 49% of the time he's going to use that fastball. And the slider and the changeup about even. The curveball at times, when it's been good, he's used that. But for the most part, that's kind of the third best secondary pitch. But he will throw anything at any time.
Here's Kadire. Kadire doesn't waste any time as he rolls this one foul down the right field line, rolls it right into the seats. Kadire last night, his first game back, went 0 for 4 with a couple of strikeouts. Hits this one to right field. It's the hot part of the yard. Pence back up against the wall. He makes the catch.
And that absolutely stunned Michael Kadire. He thought he had it out of here. He hit a ball in last night's ball game that went to the warning track in right field. And when asked about it after the game, he said he thought he had enough on that ball to get it out. He thought he barreled it. And as Kipe said, this is the hot part of the yard. We see a lot of carry. But in these first 2 games of this series, it has not carried like it normally does. Normally, that's gone.
So here's Tulowitzki. Tulowitzki last night went 1 for 4. He scored a couple of runs in every at bat. It seemed like he hit the ball hard. 63 at bats, and that's not counting walks and sacrifices against Kane. 21 hits. Kane a high fastball pitcher, Tulowitzki a high fastball hitter. Thus the really good numbers as this is rolled slowly to Crawford, and Crawford's going to make the play. He at first thought Sandoval was going to. No problem. Nothing.
Quote, this comes from the skipper of the Rockies, Walt Weiss, and he's talking about the Giants' rivalry with the Rockies. He says, yeah, there have been some crazy finishes when we get together, whether it be at their place or here. They're always competitive series, and that is a fact.
Here's Morris, and Morris takes a strike, and it's 0-1, hitting at 270, 10 big flies, 28 driven in. With Hector Sanchez and then Tyler Colvin all coming up here in the second. Morris 0 for 4 yesterday. Sandoval, Morris, and Hector Sanchez were 0 for 12. No swing, 2 balls and 1 strike. That's Jim Reynolds at first, getting into the action.
Old man Reynolds kid?
That's him. And the 2-1. 2-2.
Yeah, breaking ball is a good one. Right-handers are having a tough time picking it up. You saw Hunter Pence have a tough time staying on that pitch, and he eventually struck out on that pitch. You can see the break of the curveball. It's a straight downer. Drop it right between home plate and the catcher.
And Morris will take the leadoff walk. Well, interleague play is back next homestand. It'll be the Twins in town, the 23rd, 24th, 25th. The Saturday game, the 24th, is a 7:05 start. It's Cap Night, presented by Dignity Health. And the Caps will go to the first 20,000 fans, and they're going to receive a 70s logo baseball cap. Visit sfgiants.com/tickets. Here's Hector Sanchez.
A couple of the family right there.
With Tyler Colvin on deck. Sanchez takes low, dug out by Rosario. 1 ball and no strikes.
Yep, that's the couple. He's 91 years old. They just got married 4 months ago, and they're going to be going to every game on the road. Bert and Leanne.
Sanchez takes high.
The Steinbergs. Getting harassed by Dinger.
So 2-0 to Hector Sanchez. Swing and a miss. Goes away from the fastball. 2-1.
Good changeup. That's when it's most effective in the fastball count. Gives you an idea what Hector Sanchez was looking for there in a 2-0 count. Like 99% of big league hitters.
Cued, foul, 2-2. Tyler Colvin, Brandon Hicks, all waiting to hit here in the second inning. Justine sets right at the chin. And this is struck well to center. Is it struck well enough? Blackman back. Blackman in front of the wall, and he makes the catch. It stayed in the yard, 1 out. And that'll bring up Tyler Colvin.
In watching the body language of Hector Sanchez, I think he felt he got it. That ball sounded loud. So maybe there's a little humidity in the air tonight.
70%.
Well, that's why you're not getting as much carry.
Here's Colvin. Colvin takes high. Nice night yesterday. 2 for 4. Scored a run. Knocked in a run. Giants knew when they called him up that they were getting a hot hitter because he started out extremely slow. And not that what you're doing in AAA is going to carry over, but this time it did. There's a strike. It's 1 ball and 1 strike.
Well, Colvin's had some experience up here at the big league level. He's had some success. He's had 1 year he had 20 home runs. He had 18 home runs here with the Rockies. And with an experienced big league hitter, it's just a matter of getting your strike zone down, getting command of your barrel head. And when that happens, I mean, you can apply it to any level once you've had experience and success up here.
Colvin, a big swing.
Good swing.
So Colvin behind in the count. Hicks watching from the on deck circle. And a nice block by Rosario. 2-2. So he is going to that breaking ball. Morris led the inning off with a walk. Morneau holding him tight. In the dirt again. So it's 3-2.
Yeah. Pine tar, Manny Mota's gum stick, rosin. Sometimes all you need is a little spit. Worked 130 years ago, still works.
3-2. And the walk. See, this hit by Colvin was ruled foul, and then upon further review, fair. And this is the one that Tulowitzki got in the way. This gave the Giants the lead.
Yeah, an obstruction play took us to the rule book, and here is the rule. If no play is being made on the obstructed runner, the play shall proceed until no further action is possible. The umpire shall then call time and impose such penalties, if any, as in his judgment will nullify the act of obstruction. So there was obstruction called. It's just in the mind of Jim Reynolds, who was at second base last night, there wasn't going to be a base taken anyway. So,
and that's the right call.
It was the right call.
Hicks swings and misses. Now the 0-1 on the ground, just foul.
It did not sound healthy when it came off the bat.
No, he's getting new lumber.
Brought his glove, got a ball, out of bed.
Hicks 2 for 4 yesterday. Morris at second. Colvin at first, both by way of the walk. So the Giants trying to take advantage of Chacin in the stretch. Up the middle, and it could be 2. Tulowitzki, double play, side retired. So that nullifies the 2 walks. It'll be Gonzalez to lead things off for the Rockies, 0-0.
Solar Company. Not just any solar company. The solar company. Switch to solar and save.
No score here at Coors Field as we head to the bottom of the second. Matt Keane with a strikeout, a line drive out, and a ground ball. Now it's Gonzalez, Arenado, and Morneau. And Gonzalez takes a ball. Gonzalez last night had a couple of hits and 5 at bats.
You talked about the ownage that Kane has had on him. And the one pitch that he never, ever seems to be able to do much with is the changeup of Kane. And that'll give you an idea of what is the toughest pitch to look for and hit. It is the changeup.
4 for 44 with 17 strikeouts. Hit on the ground to Hicks, glides to his left, and he will throw him out.
4 for 45.
This was the game winner last night that I called a home run.
Well, I thought you called it right. It was a little hanging slider right over the plate, the 3-2 count. And it hit the top of the fence, the yellow padding on the fence, kicked back on the ballpark on the field, but didn't make a difference. 2 runs scored, and that was time to celebrate here in Colorado. Giants 1 strike away from nailing it down.
We got over to the wrap last night, and I think John was looking for a friend. He said, "Yeah, I called it a home run." I said, "I did too, John." He said, "Okay, good."
Brothers. Now, this is the guy who had the big night last night. 3 hits.
He does have a home run against Kane. He's 3 for 15. Morris will watch this one drift into the seats. How about 6 rows back? That's how you do it. You pick it up on your seat.
He pulled it out of his pocket.
The guy with his nachos was going like, "I'm not going after that."
I learned a long time ago, you don't mess with a man when he's eating nachos.
Two and 2. Got him.
I tell you, his fastball command tonight is the best it's been since he cut his finger. And he just nailed down that outside location and rewarded by Adam Hamara, the umpire. He set the target, boom, right between the knees. Sanchez hardly had to even move the glove. Arenado had to lean back in the dugout. He knew the deal. Giants know that Justin Morneau likes that first pitch, and they haven't quite got him figured out yet.
And that's a bullet foul. Morneau, 327. There's a called strike.
He's throwing darts now, 92, 93 mile an hour darts. I mean, this is the kind of role he had been on about 3 starts going into the disabled list when he cut his finger. Had a slice on his forefinger. It really affected the way that he felt the ball. There's a warning. How about that? Adam Hamara just came out and put a warning on that. And Matt Cain can't believe it. In last night's ball game, Madison Bumgarner hit Troy Tulowitzki in the back of the left calf. With 2 outs and an 0-2 count to Bumgarner, he got hit by Rex Brothers. So, here with 2 outs and a 1-2 count, Morneau gets plunked. And now there's a warning. And that simply means that next time somebody gets drilled, they can be kicked out of a ball game, as can the manager.
It also means you better be pretty sure that when you throw inside, you're not going to hit anybody. That's the problem with the warning.
Well, they have to, it's not on automatic. they don't sense that you're hitting somebody, it could be somebody to break a ball or something. You're not always going to get tossed, but if they sense that you are, then you are gone, and the manager's gone with you.
Well, if I'm Rosario, I'm not looking in. Hit on the ground. Hicks. And that'll end the inning. No runs. A hit batter. After 2. Nothing.
Stay tuned.
Garner, he set a franchise record with his 18th straight start on the road, allowing 3 earned runs or less. Previous, Bubba Woodson, 17 road starts from May 11th, 1980 to May 6th, 1981.
Ed Woodson, Bubba. And Madison Bumgarner's last 18 road starts, 10-3 with a 2.34 ERA and a 1.114 WHIP, which means that he's allowing a walk and a hit, just about 1 base runner plus a little bit per inning. If you're doing that, you're going to do well, and he has. He's also averaged 9.5 strikeouts per 9 innings. That is dealing in foreign territory.
So here's Crawford. Crawford hitting .241. Hits this one sharply on the ground to LeMahieu. 1 out, and here's King. Kane 4 for 15 on the season. Justine wanted it. A little body language action. One ball and 1 strike. With Angel Pagan to follow. Giants have had 2 base runners, 2 walks in the second. No hits in this game. He's got good stuff tonight.
He does. He's got a good breaking ball. He has not missed that outside corner when he's throwing it to right-handers.
Kane out swinging. So here's Pagan. First base coach, Bam Bam Mullins. Roberto Kelly on assignment. We think he's at a graduation. Pagan takes a strike, so Bam Bam, who's familiar with coaching at any spot on the diamond, is now at first.
And could manage.
And would love to.
In the WBC, Bam Bam Eulens was the manager for the Netherlands team. That did quite well at the last WBC.
Hunter Pence thinking about his at bat, which may happen here in the third. It's 2-1 to Pagan. Three and 1 to Pagan.
Something wasn't right when he got in that batter's box. It's got to be just right.
Pagan pops this one back and out of play. Had a pretty good pitch to hit.
Toes have to be jammed to the tip of your shoes. Your gloves got to be screwed on tight. Uni's got to be hanging just right. Hat's got to be positioned just perfect. Stick'em's got to have a good feel to it. Hitters. Good Lord.
In play, center field, Blackman. And that'll end the inning. DJ LeMahieu is going to lead things off. 0-0.
Brought to you by Big O Tires. Tires, service, straight talk. Big O Tires, the team you trust.
We're in Denver. The skies get weird here, but it sure is beautiful, and it's a 0-0 ball game. DJ LeMahieu is going to lead things off. And he's going to look at a strike, and it's 0-1. LeMahieu hitting .296, 12 runs batted in. And he shoots this one. Kane knocks it down. He's going to pick it up and throw him out.
That hurt.
Did that get him on the leg?
I think it did. He winds up making a heck of a play.
And he's holding up his glove like he slowed it down with his glove. That turns out to be a pretty good play.
Yeah, you're right. It looked like he caught a lot of glove. At first, I thought he caught him pretty flush on the leg.
How many times you see a pitcher do that and then crawl down the hill, spin around and throw it into the seats?
Not often.
That was a good play right there. Here's Chacin, and he takes a breaking ball for a strike.
There's not a pitcher that ever played this game. This is that.
Chacin on the season is 1 for 3. Blackman is on deck. Two and one.
When he's missing the strike zone, it's not by a whole lot. He definitely has got a good slot tonight.
Two and two, so that's 93. High towards the upper deck and right. Is that off the camera?
Close.
I mean, there's a rule around the league: is you do not hurt the cameras. Cameramen, that's fine. Cameras?
Yeah, they're expensive.
Yeah.
You get another camera guy. Cameras, though, heck.
Yeah, that's
Just
Chris.
kidding, Chris.
Hit on the ground to Sandoval from deep third.
All right, time now for our AT&T U-verse Rewind. September 26, 2010, Matt Cain, complete game here at Coors Field. It was a three-hitter, a couple of earned runs, 8 strikeouts. Giants won that ball game 4-2. And Freddie Sanchez and Cody Ross hit home runs. He was beautiful as the Giants were pushing hard to the playoffs. And that was a big win.
Here's Blackman, who struck out looking to open up the bottom of the first. And a first pitch strike, and it's 0-1.
Last time the Giants were here, pitching to Charlie Blackman, there was not a hole in his swing. Yeah, whatever speed, whatever location, whatever movement, he was killing it.
Well, it would be pretty impossible to stay hot like he was, but right now still doing pretty good, right around 330. Off his fist, it's now 1-2.
Complete games do not happen very often. If you take a look at the Giants' history, and these are the guys that have done it: Mark Gardner, Russ Ortiz, Ryan Jensen, Matt Cain, Barry Zito, a shutout, Giants' first win of 2012, and Madison Bumgarner.
That was a loss. The Bumgarner game was a loss. Got him for the second time, and that'll end the inning. Fourth inning coming up, and Hunter Pence will lead things off. And photo, name and hometown for a chance to have it shown on an upcoming game broadcast. And it's brought to you by AT&T. Kat and Sarah from Hermosa Beach. There they are, cheering on the Giants on Fedora night. Kat didn't get one.
Really?
No.
You gotta take care of him.
Here's Pence, high and deep into left center field. It is out of here. And it's 1-0 Giants. Home run number 4 for Hunter Pence.
Quick trip around the bags. Back to the dugout for some high fives and celebration. Home run number 4 for Hunter Pence. And that got out of here in a hurry. My partner hardly had time to get a call out.
Here's Pablo Sandoval.
Put your pants on, Hector.
Sandoval lined out to right field in the first. And he swings and fouls this one into the glove.
Just to get it in, first pitch fastball, trying to jump on a strike. And that's the first hit of the game for the Giants. And that was loud. And he takes on left center. Low fly ball. Look out.
1-1 to Sandoval. 1-2 to Sandoval.
When Matt Cain came off the field, he was immediately greeted by Giants head trainer Dave Greshner, Bruce Bochy, and Dave Righetti, the pitching coach. So I'm not sure how much of that ball hit him, but obviously some of it.
Well, yeah, I mean, it could have been that. It could be something else. But there is a health issue right now. And keeping an eye on the bullpen. And now the bullpen is running around like somebody's hair's on fire. And it's Yosmero Petit who's starting to get loose. One ball and 2 strikes. Sandoval tomahawks. Sandoval's in the swing mode now where he's not going to allow Rosario to catch anything.
Here's the ball that came back to Cain. And it may have hit a knee or a shin and then kicked into his glove.
No, but I think, Mike, he might have tweaked the knee anyway.
Yeah, you're right.
I mean, the way he spun around.
Or an ankle.
The plane will not leave here soon enough. 2-2 to Pablo Sandoval. On the ground to second for LeMahieu. That's the first out here in the 4th.
Well, MLB.TV Premium, the #1 live streaming sports service, is celebrating 12 years, and you can join millions of subscribers who watch every out-of-market game live in True HD on over 400 devices. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Visit sfgiants.com for details.
And you see the Giants trainer, Dave Greshner, in conversation with the skipper as Morris takes low.
He's coming out of this game.
Yep. Morris drew a walk in the 2nd. And he lines this one right at Arenado. And that'll bring up Hector Sanchez.
Well, Matt Cain walks us away, and that's going to be it. He has not given up a hit tonight. Pitched beautifully. 3 strikeouts. Face 1 over the minimum. The one blemish, a hit batsman. It didn't get past first base, so it's going to be Yusmeiro Petit.
This is going to be foul, but it's going to go a long way.
It's an impressive strike.
Tyler Colvin's on deck. He'll hit if Sanchez reaches.
Adam Hamari put his hands on his hips on that inside fastball. Plate umpire just stared at Ulysses Chassin. Remember, there is a warning in this game.
Foul. Just got a piece at home plate. The Hunter Pence home run here in the fourth inning, the only hit in the game for either team. See Brandon Belt he's got the thumb well protected. The 2-2. He got him, and that'll end the inning. Third strikeout for Chassin. Giants are on the board on the fourth home run by Hunter Pence, and it's bye-bye baby. 1-0 Giants.
It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of San Francisco Baseball Associates, LLC.
On the Hunter Pence home run, it's 1-0 Giants. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your oil change tune-up and brake experts.
Yusmeiro Petit now comes in. This will be the 10th time he comes in out of the bullpen. 2-1 with a 5.23 ERA, 31 strikeouts in 31 innings. Petit is a high 80s fastball. He'll 2 and 4 seam. He has to be precise with his command. He also has a changeup, a slider, and a curveball that he'll throw. When he hits his corners, he's very tough. He's absolutely 100% a finesse pitcher. We are awaiting word of Matt Cain, and we will pass that along to you as soon as we find out.
So Petit get as many pitches as he wants. And he'll face Kadire, Tulowitzki, and Gonzalez. Hey, if you're going to come into the game, you might as well face Kadire, Tulowitzki, and Gonzalez. Kadire lined one out to the wall in right field. That was caught by Pence. Slowly hit. Crawford charging. Crawford throwing. Nice play.
Not an easy one. So Petit comes in, 1 pitch, 1 out. And by the way, we'll make that our Ford right choice. What do you say? Watch Crawford and the break that he gets, and he knows it's got to be clean. And all said and done, he gets it by 2 full steps. Play to show off on, and that's the kind of play he likes. Our Ford right choice.
Here's Tulowitzki, who bounced out to Crawford in the first. And it's down low. 1 ball and no strikes. The job of a long man, the job of a spot starter.
Well, it helps if you know how to warm up. And being a swing man and spending a lot of time in the bullpen will definitely teach you how to warm up efficiently. And when you're the long man and it's innings 1 through 5, if anything goes on, you're the guy. So he was absolutely in that game mentally. You get up, you establish your pitches, go out and pitch.
Carlos Gonzalez to follow. 1 and 2.
That's a good breaking ball, and he puts it in a great spot. And that's what Petit has to do. He has to stay on those corners.
Tulowitzki, who will eat some time up between pitches. Now in the box and comfortable. Outside, 2 and 2.
That's about his best bolt velocity. When he's on, though, you're going to see knee-high command. And he'll go back and forth. The only time he elevates is if they want to change the sight line of that fastball. And then he'll go above the strike zone or above the hands. I don't see him make many mistakes out over the middle. Tulowitzki has just been on fire since day 1 of the season in this ballpark. And as a pitcher, you have to respect that. You have to make good pitches to him.
Hit to left field. Colvin moving over, and he'll make the running catch.
It just got out of the end. We're going to go back to a pitch to Charlie Blackwood from Matt Cain. You see him grab his leg just a little bit right there. And that is what we think is the problem, and as to why he had to leave this ball game. A little bite on his hamstring. And as soon as he walked by Dave Greshner, he said, "Come follow me." Gresh followed him down the tunnel. They talked it over there. And now Cain is in the trainer room, I'm sure, with an ice bag on his leg.
Gonzalez bluffing a bunt. Take a look at it again.
When he releases, he grabs his right hamstring very quickly. And then look at the expression on his face.
Well, you hope it's a cramp.
Yep, that's what you hope for.
1-0 to Gonzalez, who bounced out to Hicks in the second. 2 balls and no strikes. You can see Coors Field from where we're at. There's maybe a couple of guys that have faced each other in winter ball, minor leagues, big leagues, spring training. And if Petit walks him, might be a reason why.
Well, they absolutely have history, no doubt.
And none of those pitches were that close.
He didn't want any part of them. Game management. You got the right. You get 2 quick outs. You get a hitter you have problems with. You know he sees you well. Steer clear. It's a 1-0 ball game.
Yeah, but with the Latin players, they had a lot of history against each other. You just never know what's going on. Sometimes you see it where guys drill other guys. It may be something that happened in February
of 2002.
Arenado struck out looking in the second. Gonzalez with a good lead. He does not go, and this is lined softly at Hicks, and that'll end the inning. No runs, a walk, 1 left. It'll be Colvin, Hicks, and Crawford. 3 secret weapons coming up. Giants take on the Cubs. That's right. It's a Monday, May 26th, day baseball. 105 start. First 20,000 fans are going to receive a Giants patriotic beach towel, courtesy of Bank of America. Visit sfgiants.com/tickets to purchase a beach towel. Just what we need, a beach towel. Here's Tyler Colvin to lead things off. Colvin drew a walk in the 3rd inning. And then Hicks, and then Crawford. Jolice Chacin with 2 walks, 3 strikeouts. And there's that breaking ball. And it's now 1 ball and 1 strike.
Well, he's mixed in his off-speed pitches beautifully. Fastball counts tonight. 1-0, 2-0. He's throwing changeups, curves. They have mixed their pitches well.
Outfield straightaway for Colvin, the former Rocky. And he shoots this one right at Tulowitzki. 1 out. Time to log on to csnbayarea.com and decide the player of the game. Your vote counts. Winner will be revealed during Giants postgame live. Follow the action on the diamond like never before with enhanced Bloomberg stats and more. Giants in-game live on csnbayarea.com. Log on now and vote.
What'd you say? Log on now and vote.
Here's Hicks. Hicks it into a double play in the 5th. With Crawford to follow. On the ground, foul. Don't hit the camera. I don't know how many times I've got to say that.
So it's okay to hit the camera guy?
Well, the cameras, you know, they're really valuable. The thing behind the camera, that can be replaced.
Steve, he said it, not me.
They pull guys out of the stands. Are you kidding me?
So you say it's easy to be a camera guy?
It's not. We've tried it. It's impossible, as a matter of fact.
It is impossible.
We take those guys and gals for granted. Here's the 1-2. Low 2-2. Got him.
Slider. 4 strikeout from Chacin, and all 4 of it swing and miss strike threes. You don't see many nights at Coors Field where you get humidity in the air, and the breaking balls tonight really have been sharp. Canes, Petites, Chacin.
Crawford hit the ball sharply to LeMahieu. I mentioned last night he's had some pretty good ball games in this park. Petit to follow. 2-0. Swing and a miss. 2 balls and 1 strike. And the 2-1. It's in the dirt, and home plate umpire Adam Hamari was getting out of Denver.
Well, I don't blame him.
He saw that thing coming right off of his Schinberger.
We always talk about what is the definition of a scud. Well, Chacin just threw one. And as we found out, Adam Hamari, the plate umpire, does not do scuds.
So Crawford. And the 3-2 pitch. And this is driven into the gap. struck very well. And Crawford's on the move. And Crawford is going to put on the brakes. That's going to get Petit up to the plate. And you're wondering, well, what has Petit done this year? 0 for 7.
Yeah, with 5 punch-outs.
And in the words of my partner, he's massively due.
Massively due. I say drag bunt right here. It's your best shot.
On the ground, a bullet to Morneau, and that'll end the inning. No runs, a double. Hey, they got Petit up in the 5th. Giants lead 1-0.
Live 11:30 a.m. right here at Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area. Complete Giants coverage every night on Sportsnet Central at csnbayarea.com. With Giants insider Andrew Baggerly, the home of your San Francisco Giants is Comcast Sportsnet. Tomorrow, Tim Hudson back on the hill, taking on Jorge de la Rosa. And again, pregame live at 11:30 a.m. Check it out.
Check it out. Morneau, Rosario, LeMahieu, 5th inning. Skies, well, it's Colorado, it's Denver. That's what they look like.
Yeah. Well, they actually forecasted to have another little shower around 8 o'clock, and it's 8 o'clock.
Morneau was hit by a pitch in the 2nd.
Likes the first pitch.
And a strike at the knees, and it's 0-1.
So Petit has picked up where Matt Cain left off. Matt Cain was throwing darts for 3 innings until we think it was a hamstring injury that got him out of the ball game. But Petit has picked up with good command. Nice change up following the fastball. This was the line drive off the bat of Morneau, and it did hit the bat. It never did hit him.
It did look like he twisted his ankle there, too.
A little bit.
Slowly hit. Crawford's going to have to charge again, and he'll throw him out. The line drive that went back to Cain was hit by LeMahieu. He retired Chassin, and then it was Blackman who took the call third.
Yeah, I don't think Charlie Black was too terribly disappointed that Matt Cain's out of this game.
Here's Rosario, who bounced out to Hicks. Shallow left field, and that's a Coors Field special.
And that's the first hit of the night for the Rockies. Right off the end of the bat.
Well, you get a big swing by a big guy, and it is going to freeze the outfielders just for a brief second. So here's LeMahieu. LeMahieu get that ball back to Cain.
Little breaking ball off the end of the bat. And I do think that Colvin may have delayed a little bit before he took his first step, because he did expect more fly ball than what he got.
So here's LeMahieu, and he hits one into right center field. Hunter Pence coming over. Now they now have made the announcement, a right hamstring strain for Cain. Never know, do you?
You never do.
You rock along, and
that's why you've got to have good people to back up good people.
Finger was feeling pretty good.
I mean, he was locked in tonight, Cain. It's unfortunate.
Long season.
And it happens to every team.
Outside corner.
Chacin is not your average hitting pitcher. He's got a very good clue.
One and two.
I love the game signs, the little pieces of green tape that are on the fingertips of Hector Sanchez, because you can really see the signals. And if we can see him on TV, you know that Petit has no problem seeing him. The middle infielders have no problem seeing him.
You might be able to see him in Colorado Springs.
Well.
Got him. Thank you very much. That'll end the inning through 5. It's a 1-0 lead for the Giants. Brewing Company. Petty Theft, the award-winning tribute band to Tom Petty, will be performing
performing live at Seals Plaza to kick off the series. Your special event package will include access to the pregame happy hour party, a complimentary beverage, and a game ticket as your Giants take on the New York Mets. So for tickets, call 415-972-2298 or go to sfgiants.com/special events. That was a big Tom Petty guy.
He's the race car driver, right?
His twin brother, Kyle.
Just kidding. Here's Pagan. And Pagan looks at a strike. He's bounced out. He's flied out.
A lot of Giants fans here.
A lot of them.
Gamer babes. Panda people. Oh, yeah.
Outside to Pagan.
Giants fans well represented here in Colorado.
83 pitches for Chacin here in the 6th. And the 1-1 to Pagan. And Pagan rolls it past Bam Bam Mullins. Without a glove here, I just saw what one of the security people, what they have to do. Instead of trying to catch it, they lift up their legs and let it roll underneath them. Gotta have a glove.
I know. What's the deal? Chacin is not happy about that one. All right, let's take a look at our ball, dude. Whoa.
Hands in pocket, double kathud.
Okay, he got his left toe and right behind his right knee.
He's lucky he didn't. You don't get it. Yeah.
You're right.
Hit foul. Another chance? Nope, I'm not going to move.
I don't blame him. He got 2 bruises on the last one.
Plus, he just realized he didn't have a cup on.
At least give him a double flap.
One and 2.
That's a little too tight, too.
On the ground to Tulowitzki. Tulowitzki in time. 1 out. And that'll bring up Pence. Pence hit the home run on the 4th. He hit it on the first pitch. And a first pitch strike with Sandoval on deck. Like, and this is where it went.
Just a first pitch challenge fastball, and he said, "Thank you."
He got a hanger there, and Chacin looking off to his left as if to say, "Thank you very much."
You do think that way.
Pence into center field for Blackman. And that's out number 2.
Right off the end of the bat. Might have even broken the bat.
Here's Sandoval.
There is some rain west of here, no doubt.
Sandoval goes the other way. This will be a long run for Gonzalez. I think it's going to be in the seats, so it doesn't matter.
Everybody okay?
Sit this lady. And the ball's behind you. She got dinged up a little bit. No balls in 1 strike. That's a dangerous area tonight.
It really has been.
Sandoval hits one well to left. Gonzalez back. It is out of here. And it's 2-0 Giants. Sandoval's last home run was to the opposite field at AT&T Park, and he does it again here at Coors Field. So here's Michael Morris.
Yeah, his last 2 home runs have gone to that side of the field, left-handed.
Morris lined out to Arenado in the 4th, and he takes one low. 1 ball and no strikes. The Panda going yard.
This is an official game, by the way. If we're to lock in here and they get 4 hours of rain, this would be an official game.
Usually comes from that direction, doesn't it?
Almost always.
Breaking ball for a strike. Now what'll happen is the wind will kick up and it'll be blowing about 50 miles an hour, and then you know it's coming.
Yeah, you watch the flags. They'll tell you. It'll go from dead flags to howling jack.
Yep.
And the wind will completely change directions. That's a happy Panda right there.
3-2 now to Morris. I thought maybe he could talk Adam Hamari into a ball.
That's right. He wants to hit anyway.
Shoots this one into the gap. Blackman, can he get there? He cannot. And Morris is going to hit into second base with a double. And Hector Sanchez is going to hit. And we'll see if he's going to be facing Chacin or not.
Let's take a look at the high fastball. You see the glove from Rosario. I mean, that was right where they wanted to pitch him. And Chacin, he grabs his head, looks at Sandoval. He knew it when it left the bat. Didn't quite get high enough. So it cost a mistake. And when your team hasn't scored you any runs, those are big mistakes. Rockies have Nick Massett, the right-hander, getting heated up in their bullpen. And we're starting to see lightning all around us. There's Massett.
Keep checking the flags. And here comes Walt. Massa was ready 10 minutes ago.
Walt Weiss has the slowest walk from the dugout to the mound to take out a pitcher. Always contemplating, thinking.
When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service. Your oil change, tune-up, and brake experts. We'll be back.
Financial Services. Visit us at hefins.com and by Xfinity, home of the most live sports.
It's a 2-0 lead for the Giants here in the 6th inning.
New pitcher now for the Colorado Rockies will be the veteran Nick Massett, 32 years old, 6'5", 235-pounder. In his 7th year at the big league level, and in 6 games he's 1-0 with a 1.50 ERA. And with Massey, when you take your at-bats, what you're going to see is a fastball that'll go low and occasional mid-90. He'll sink, he'll cut it. He's got a big curveball and a split. Right, he's hitting $167 off him. Left, he's hitting $250.
So here's Hector Sanchez, who's flied out to deep center field, and then Chacin struck him out in the 4th on a breaking ball. And the first pitch, and it's in tight to Hector Sanchez. Dodgers ended up beating the Mets tonight 4-3. Ryu came off the DL and he gets the win. One and 0 to Hector Sanchez. And he rolls this one foul. 1 ball and 1 strike. Lightning is definitely above us. Wind is starting to kick up a little bit more. And it could come at any time. 1 ball and 1 strike. In tight, 2-1. Massett pauses at the belt. And this is hit into left center field. Blackman's not going to get it. Here comes Morse. He's going to score. Sanchez with a double, and it's 3-0 Giants. Nice opposite field hitting for Hector Sanchez. And that's going to bring Tyler Colvin to the plate. Here's Colvin, who's walked and he's bounced out. And nice at bat from Sanchez as he splits Gonzalez and Blackman. And that's the biggest cheerleader the Giants have right there. Here's Colvin. And Colvin's going to swing and pop this one over the Giants dugout. And it's no balls and 1 strike. Massett a new baseball as he rubs it up. Should Colvin reach, it'll be Brandon Hicks on deck. And it's low and in. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. Massett sets right above the belt, and it's called strike 1 and 2.
Good split.
And it's outside to Colvin, 2 and 2.
Nick Massett really is a pretty good story. I mean, he was rocking along, having a good career, and all of a sudden he had big-time arm problems. And he missed 2012, 2013. And you get to be upwards around 31 years old, and you're missing years. In 2 years, you're thinking it's over. But he got his arm back, and here he is with the Rockies.
Got him. That'll end the inning. Giants on the board twice. The first run here in the 6th came on this home run from Pablo Sandoval. It goes the other way, and it's bye-bye baby, and it's 3-0 Giants.
Friday night to see your division-leading Giants host the Minnesota Twins. Use the coupon code GRAD when purchasing tickets online. Treat your 2014 grad to this Friday night's Giants versus Twins game for just $14. Again, use the coupon code GRAD when purchasing online.
Just a little bit north of the ballpark. It is.
It's the end of the world is what it is. That's Noah's
Dorsey
storm.
and the dog are flying by.
It was bad. And it was thunder and lightning.
Big inning for Petit. It'll be Blackman, Kadire, and Tulowitzki. 2 base runners, actually 3 base runners in the game for the Rockies. Orno was hit by a pitch. Gonzalez drew a walk. And Rosario with a base hit. Blackman is 0 for 2. He bunts this one foul. And Sandoval was ready for it. It wasn't like this was, well, they're playing back. This is what we're talking about, just to the north.
I see that. It reminds me of when we were in Atlanta that one night. Stan Javier was in center field for the Giants, and lightning struck the stadium. I never saw a guy
He was in the dugout in 2 seconds.
At least. Maybe less.
Swing and a miss. 0-2.
Good changeup.
And that was before the umpires pulled the team off the field.
Oh,
just made an executive decision on behalf of everybody else.
Well, he definitely made an executive decision on the behalf of Stan Javier.
Sanchez setting up on the outer half of the plate, and it's 1-2, and that's exactly where Petit threw it.
That's a good pitch. 0-2, you throw an 89-mile-an-hour fastball right across the outside corner, down below the strike zone. You get a lot of guys protecting. They go after that pitch.
Setting up there again. It's making him think it's 2-2.
Nice pitch. We've seen it called a strike tonight. It has been a good strike zone tonight. Adam Hamari, second time we've seen him this year. He does a nice job.
One of my favorites. 2-2. Out again. Same spot. Same spot.
Oh, same exact spot. And Bruce Bochy's asking Hector Sanchez if that ball's a strike. got to look like a strike to Bochy because Hector Sanchez is setting up and he's not even moving his glove. And that's an old catcher.
It'll be interesting to see where Sanchez sets up here.
Well, the team wants to throw a changeup.
Hicks. 1 out.
Yeah, Blackman mad at himself. He swung the ball forward. But you got to protect with 2 strikes.
So here's Kadire. Kadire lined out to right in the first and then hit a slow roller that Crawford threw him out on a nice play in the fourth. And here he takes a strike.
Yeah, bring the coloring book and your dinger hat, and all is good.
Oh, and 2.
The coloring book worked a long time in my house.
Oh yeah. Did you ever go over the lines on purpose?
Oh yeah, and it ticks them off.
Oh.
You want to mess with your kid? Go over the lines.
Kadire hooks this one down the left field line on an 0-2 pitch. And he's going to be standing at second with a double.
Well, he got a good pitch to hit. And in an 0-2 count, that much strike zone is a mistake. You see the glove. Sanchez wanted this thing on the ground, and that's just a flat-out hanger. And Petit slaps his leg. He knows he had Kadire in a spot, and he just let him get away.
So here's Tulowitzki. This is the first time in the game the Rockies have had a runner in scoring position. Tulowitzki with a half swing, and it's 0-1.
Oh, you have not seen that very much from Tulowitzki. And that late break on that little slider broke him down mid-swing. And he just turned around and asked Adam Hilary, played umpire, if it was a strike. Javier Lopez up, thinking about Carlos Gonzalez.
That one dinged to Hector Sanchez.
Got him on the right foot. I'm not sure where.
Once a game, sometimes twice a game, and even 3 times a game. He's a target.
Watch the right foot.
Oh.
Right on the instep. Nothing you could do to prepare for that.
Well, I mean, it's a perfect example of all the equipment the catcher has on, right? And it totally missed all of it.
All of it. Buster Posey can commiserate. Feeling a lot better today, said he can definitely play tomorrow. That final decision, of course, will be Bruce Bochy's, but Buster's feeling pretty good about life. Inflammation he had, nerve inflammation in his back, is feeling better. But right now, all the concern is with Hector Sanchez. Not an easy position.
So 0-2 to Tulowitzki with Kadire at second and Gonzalez on deck. Got him.
Strike 3, and that's his best bolt right there. That's the first time he's hit 90 on the speed gun. And he got Tulowitzki to go out of the zone and chase up. They set up outside. And Tulowitzki seeing that RBI out there at second base. Left the zone. And a big strikeout and a big out.
So here's Gonzalez, who's 0 for 1. Remember, Petit walked him on 4 pitches in the last at bat. You see the numbers for Petit against Tulowitzki. No balls and 1 strike.
Right now, Petit thinks he can throw it by anybody.
He's throwing it at 89.
Gutierrez joins Lopez. But you know what, though? I mean, it's all about delivery. And Petit is a short arm pitcher, and he has short arm action. It's deceptive.
So it'd be a long run for Colvin, but he calls for it, and he makes the stumbling catch to end the inning. Nice job by Petit. 7th inning coming up. Matt Cain left the game. He was perfect. He did hit a batter, but he left with a right hamstring strain, so I'm sure we'll get a further report on that after the game. Chacin threw 98 pitches, allowed 3 earned runs. Pence has got a home run, Sandoval a home run, and Hector Sanchez has an RBI double. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your oil change tune-up and brake experts.
Matt Belle, the new pitcher for Colorado, 6'4", 225-pound, 33-year-old veteran in his 9th year at the big league level. Came up with the Reds, and he was a starter. And he's got the 4 pitches you would see of a starter. He could sink and cut the fastball, curveball, slider, changeup. Celebrated his 5th opening day with the Rockies this year, and he's been a fixture in that bullpen ever since he's joined Colorado.
Hicks is 0 for 2, and he swings and misses. No balls and 1 strike.
Bill I will work quick. He's a strike thrower.
One and 2.
That is a good hard slider.
So in, out, back in. And if you're Hicks, you're thinking, is this going to be out?
Rock at the cradle. Hard stuff in, soft stuff's away. Back him off, get him leaning. Back him off, get him leaning.
There it was. Now you don't know because it's 3-2.
You know you're going to get something in the strike zone. At least you think you are. Shorten up, go back up the middle. Instructions that have been repeated many times.
Hammered center field. Blackman's going to spin around, and he'll make the catch.
He crushed that thing. Gregor Blanco with a couple of slaps in the face going, hang that 0-2 pitch. And Petit simply said, thank you, sir. May I have another? But he has responded well. So primal therapy working.
Here's Crawford. You can only do that if you're from the same country.
Well, yeah. And the Venezuelan contingency in the Giants clubhouse is a very strong one.
Strong and really good.
Really good. They really are good teammates.
Crawford had a nice at bat in the 5th inning. He doubled into right center field. Pounds that one at the knees at 92, and it's 1-2. Adrianza's on deck.
Buster Posey talking with Ryan Vogelsong. And what is Buster talking about? Hitting. That's what hitters talk about.
Outside to Crawford. He's had 2 hits and 5 lifetime at bats against Belle Isle.
Tyler Colvin, Hunter Pence, talking hitting.
Out of play as Crawford fights off a good pitch.
Interaction amongst the team during the course of the ball game is it's ongoing. It never stops.
I forgot what you and I used to talk about.
Hitting.
I don't remember that. 3-2.
But really, it is a great education, especially for a young starter that's sitting on the bench with some bench players that have played the game for several years, because you will learn when a big league hitter starts talking about hitting.
Crawford hits one high. Hits it deep. It is out of here. And it's 4-0. Home run number 6.
He hits it big, doesn't he? I mean, they're loud. What do you say we make that our Togo's big play, the Togo's way? Why not? They set up in the outside corner. Belle Isle comes middle in with the fastball, and at a 3-2 count, Brandon Crawford says, that's where I like it. See ya. Our Togo's big play, the Togo's way.
Second level. Here's Adrianza. And he rolls one to the backstop. It's no balls and 1 strike. Solo home runs tonight. Pence, Sandoval, Crawford. Adrianza, 0-2 with Pagan on deck.
It's the 6th time this year the Giants have had 3 or more home runs in a game.
Adrianza rolls this one past Bam Bam Mullins.
Yep. And everybody's smiling.
And this is driven down the right field line. Foul. Low, 1-2. Giants will be home tomorrow night. I can't wait. This trip has worn us out.
I know. We've been away from San Francisco for 2 nights, and it's killing us. Players came in on Sunday. The broadcasters came in on Tuesday.
And it's rolled foul again. Oh, Bam Bam. You know what? You're going to get booed, and quite frankly, you deserve it.
E10. You cannot boo a night, though. Yeah, you can.
Hey.
Sir Bam Bam.
Great. I like that guy.
Yep.
Up the middle. LeMahieu. He became a citizen this year.
With the risk of losing his knighthood.
Yep.
And that still is being decided upon. But hey, he'll always be Sir Bam Bam does, right?
Pagan is bounced out twice and he's flied out. Still hitting over 300. He's at 315. And here he takes a strike. He's 6 for 15 lifetime against Belle Isle. That's Onage. It's a ball and a strike.
Yeah, it is. He sees him well. Joe LaFay talking with Brandon Crawford.
In tight. 2 balls and 1 strike.
They respect the power of Pagan in right field, but they don't in center or left. Blackman, the center fielder, and Gonzalez, the left fielder, are playing in short. By Coors Field standards, that's short.
Absolutely. Two and two. And LeMahieu's got this one to end the inning. Crawford hits his 6th of the year. He's got 22 RBIs. It gives the Giants a 4-run lead. And it's also bye-bye baby. And it's 4-0 Giants. Time for a change thing. Speedy oil change and auto service. Your oil change tune-up and brake experts.
Juan Gutierrez, the new pitcher now for San Francisco. 19th time that he has come in, having a very nice first half. 18 base runners in 19 2/3. With Gutierrez, you're going to see a mid-90s fastball, curveball, slider, change-up. Really, you watch him throw, and he really reminds you of the consistency that Guillermo Mota used to have with his fastball. He'd walk out of bed, 95 every time.
So it'll be Arenado to lead things off, followed by Morneau and then Rosario. Arenado struck out and he's lined out. First pitch swinging, out of play. 92 mile per hour, out of bed.
He's got more.
In tight. 1 ball and 1 strike.
And he has zero fear about going inside. Very aggressive.
Probably doesn't even know that there's been a warning. Or care.
See, you're right. I don't think he cares. If he hits a guy, he's only thinking about one thing and one thing only. He's thinking about if the next baseball he gets is going to have good seams on it. He puts out a big bruise or breaks a rib, could care less. I mean, he's spooky.
Yes, he is. I agree. And he gets the call. It's 2-2. That's a tough call, but.
Well, that's a gift. That is a pitcher strike. And what's the difference between a 2-2 count and a 3-1 count? Everything. That's 94 at the knees, about 6 inches off the plate away. You got to go out there again, don't you?
Yep. Sharply to Hicks. Hicks wrestles it down and throws him out.
That was a bullet. I'm impressed.
If you're wondering why Matt Cain is not in the game, this one was almost knocked his glove off.
Well, and going after the ball, we think it hit the glove, but in going after the ball, we think that he may have done something to his right hamstring, because watch him grab his leg after he makes that last pitch that strikes out Blackman to end things in the third, and he grimaced and walked off, and that was the last pitch he threw.
Morneau is going to roll this one softly to Morris, and that's going to be out number 2.
A different angle of the line drive coming back, so it didn't actually hit him, but look at the leg kind of roll out his right ankle over. And then right there, as he slipped trying to gain footage to go after the ball, that may be where he aggravated his hamstring. They're saying that it's a strain. And they'll know more, of course, when they MRI it.
Here's Rosario. Strike to Rosario. He blooped a single into left field in the 5th. Rolls this one through the coaching box. And it's 0-2.
she's giving it up.
Foul back, and Rosario had a rip.
There really is no money going up there. I mean, he's so strong between the belt and the letters, and that is his strength. And if you don't get that high fastball up around the shoulders, you're feeding the beast. You're better off down in the dirt than this guy. He will chase in the dirt. He's such a good hitter up high. You have to be perfect with that elevator. It's got to be above the letters.
Got him. Like that?
Like that.
1, 2, 3 inning for Gutierrez. The 8th inning is coming up, and it'll be Hunter Pence to lead it off. Talk about the game with Murph and Mac on KNBR 680, the sports leader, right around 7:40. It's a 4-0 lead for the Giants.
The pitcher now for the Rockies, young right-hander Tommy Kahnle, and we have been very impressed with this guy's arm. It's a good one. And he's having a good season. 15 strikeouts at 22 2/3. He will get a wild hair up his nose on occasion. The big guy, 6'1", 230. And you're going to see some good fastballs. It goes low to mid-90s. It's got a cutter, a slider, a changeup.
Hunter Pence gave the Giants a 1-0 lead in the 4th.
That was a first pitch challenge fastball that he hit out for his 4th of the year. That was loud. So he's going to see a pretty good fastball here from Kahnle, a rookie.
Brandon Barnes now is in left, so we don't know what's wrong with Gonzalez. But here's Pence. To the backstop, 1 ball and no strikes. And that's up and in. On the appeal, no swing, 2-0. Barnes will hit in the A spot, so it's really a double switch. But when you double switch Gonzalez, it's kind of odd because he would have a chance to hit in the 9th. Hunter Pence thinking it's getting a little too close.
He'll give you one, but two, you got his attention now. Unlikely that they're trying to hit him. There's already been a warning put on the game tonight, and that happened back in the second inning when Matt Cain hit Justin Morneau. And if you're going to hit a guy, usually you wait till there's 2 outs. So just come out gunning to a hitter to lead off an inning. Yeah, it's going to cost you some money.
And the walk.
But like we said, I mean, he can get a wild hair up his nose, and he's kind of a spooky at bat as well because of that ability. And when he misses, he usually does miss up and into a righty away from a lefty simply because he tries to throw too hard.
So here's Sandoval. Sandoval homered to the opposite field in the 6th. Shoots this one up the middle. Hunter Pence is going to round the bag, and the Giants will have runners at the corners with nobody out.
And that almost smoked Bill Miller, second base umpire. I don't know how he got out of the way of this thing. You always concern yourself with an umpire that comes in the infield and runs first base. And that right at his spot. That was right at his feet.
Bill's quicker than we thought.
He didn't know that until then.
It's amazing what fear will do to you.
Look out, Bill.
Morris doubled in the 6th inning. RBI opportunity with the bullpen right now for the Rockies. Quiet. One ball and no strikes.
Again, in. And, you know, Morse is a smart hitter. And most hitters will tell you when you come into a series, game 1, how they pitch you in game 1 usually is how they're going to pitch in game 2 and 3. And they've been pounding the inside corner hard on Morse.
And he rolls this one foul.
But when you're 6'5", you kind of get used to getting pitched inside. That sort of goes in the territory.
Yep. Tall hitters, long arms, automatic. You can find that tall hitter with short arms. That's good. Now you got something.
Yeah, it's true.
Pence is coming in. He's going to score. Morris has an RBI. It's 5-0. Canely might have taken his eye off the ball to see where the runner was.
Well, LeMahieu winds up making a pretty good play. He had to redirect as that ball tipped off the glove of Canely. And what we thought had a chance to possibly be a double play winds up being an RBI 4-3, 1-4-3.
He did take a peek at home plate. Watch. So here's Hector Sanchez. Sanchez doubled in a run in the 6th. One ball and no strikes. Morris RBI, his 29th of the year. We're out there for the Giants at second in Sandoval. In the dirt, swinging, 1 ball and 1 strike.
88-mile-an-hour changeup. So the walk to Hunter Pence has come back to haunt the Rockies.
Amazing how that happens.
The old adage in baseball, walks will haunt, especially when you have leading off an inning. It's costly last night for the Giants in the 9th inning. Michael Morris with his 29th RBI.
One and two.
Another changeup. That's a good one right there. Once he establishes 96 in your mind, 88-mile-an-hour changeup is nasty when he's throwing it down there. You can see why the Rockies like this young arm.
Colvin on deck. To the backstop. Sandoval will end up at third.
Well, that changes everything. And it is pure strikeout situation now, thanks to the wild pitch from Canely.
And now the infield comes in. Foul back. You can see Hector Sanchez now with this opportunity. He's choked up on the bat a little bit.
2-strike adjustment.
Three and two.
In case you're wondering what type of arms are in the outfield, the best arms in center field with Charlie Blackburn. Kadai in right, Barnes in left. Always hit with a straw in your mouth.
Got him. And that falls into the category of do not do this at home.
Yeah, I've never seen that. There's no RBIs in that straw. That's one thing.
So here's Colvin. Colvin's 0 for 2.
If he'd hit a home run right there, there'd have been 800 little leaguers playing with a straw in their mouth this weekend.
You're right. Not a good idea. Colvin goes the other way, but it's foul.
Saw him do that twice last night, 2 opposite field doubles. You a Giants fan? Deadhead?
Loves it.
Yes, he does.
Probably going to get booed. Sit down.
Gamer.
One ball and one strike. Canely ready. He's at the belt. Colvin fouls it out of play. It's now 1 and 2.
97 on the speed gun. Friends for life.
You gonna give it to a kid?
Nicely done.
He gave it to that kid.
Well, that young man brought himself his glove, and now he's got himself a ball.
Plus he's snuggling up to Mom, isn't he? And Colvin swings at a pitch in the dirt, and he's thrown out. The Giants do pick up a run. We will head to the bottom of the 8th inning. It's 5-0 Giants.
to Yusmeiro Petit, who came in relief of Matt Cain, who had to leave this game due to an injury in the third. And Petit would go 3 strong innings. 2 hits allowed, no runs, 1 walk, a couple of strikeouts. And for that, we are going to make him our Honda player of the game.
So Gutierrez back out here in the 8th. It'll be LeMahieu, Barnes, and Blackmon. LeMahieu is 0 for 2. Here he takes a strike and it's 0-1. I'm not sure Gutierrez was scheduled to pitch the 8th, but with only 10 pitches for him being thrown in the 7th, he's back out there.
No, why not?
This is a base hit to right field. So LeMahieu 1 for 3, and here's Barnes.
Javier Lopez up for a second time tonight.
This is the first time in this game the Rockies have had their leadoff hitter over. Last night, problematic. I think that was one of your keys to the game, wasn't it?
Get the first out of the inning. Last night, Rockies get leadoff runner on 6 times.
Hector Sanchez has an equipment problem.
Catch a ball right on the web, it's usually going to blow out.
That's why you have 2 gloves in the dugout. Catchers do. Everybody else, that second glove is in the clubhouse. So here's Barnes. Barnes is going to take low, 1 ball and no strikes.
Saw Eric Ortega, the Giants assistant athletic trainer. He was in charge of fixing the lace on the glove. Mike Murphy's not on this road trip, so the responsibility of fixing leather falls in the lap of Eric Ortega.
Mother Murphy. Base hit left field. So be careful, here they come. And that'll bring you to the top of the lineup. The bottom of the lineup now has set things up. Lopez is ready. Bruce Bochy is coming out. So we're going to have a new pitcher when it's time for a Change Things Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service. Your oil change, tune-up, and brake experts. All-Star Teacher, and you can do it at csnbayarea.com. It's the 8th season that Comcast Sportsnet All-Star Teacher program has been for these teachers. The winning teacher receives $20,000 for his or her school.
New pitcher now for Bruce Bochy will be Javier Lopez. 17th time that he's come in. 10 hits allowed in 8 innings, 3 strikeouts. Lefty's hitting a .158 off him. You're going to see a fastball, slider, and a curveball from 3 different angles.
Blackman has faced Lopez 3 times lifetime, and he's 1 for 3. LeMahieu at second, Barnes at first. And a bouncing ball foul, and it's 0-1. Lopez coming in. Blackman tonight is 0 for 3, 2 strikeouts and a pop-up.
It's one of his strengths is that he will nail that inside corner with that fastball.
Kadyr's on deck. The Giants still have their bullpen going. It's Santiago Casilla. On the ground to Crawford charging. Tough play. Juggles. Everybody's safe. The problem with a fast infield, you have to play so deep, and then if you do get a slowly hit ball and a guy's got some speed, you got to be perfect. So here's Kadir, and Bruce Bochy's coming out. So we'll be back. Bases are loaded. And there's the new pitcher.
Santiago Casilla coming in for the 22nd time. 1-1 with a 1.42 ERA. Casilla goes low to mid-90s with his fastball velocity. 2 types of movement, curveball, slider, and a changeup.
Kadir, lifetime against Casilla is 3 for 9. Kadir tonight is 1 for 3. He doubled in the 6th inning. Get a line drive down the left field line off of Yasmero Petit, who only gave up 2 hits in 3 innings. So here we go. On the ground up the middle, Crawford's got it. He flips it to Hicks for first, double play. And a run comes in, but more importantly, 2 down here in the 8th inning.
That's an unbelievable play.
It's 5-1.
Just the creativity from Crawford with the glove to flip it off balance to the bare hand from Hicks, and once he gets his paws on it, he's going to unload. But that's where the play is made. I mean, from both guys in the middle of the infield, that is just a spectacular play. And everybody's pointing at everybody. You the man. No, you the man. No, you the man. Well, there's the man.
And here's Tulowitzki. Tulowitzki is 0 for 3 tonight. The margin for error on a play like that is pretty large. Tulowitzki pulls the first pitch foul. Good move.
Oh, he gets it. If you're even thinking about a kiss at the doorstep, you better hand that ball over.
0-1 to Tulowitzki. Down low, 2 for 5 lifetime coming into this series. Remember, Gonzalez left the game with left index finger inflammation. His spot would be on deck, but it's Dickerson on deck should Tulowitzki extend the inning. High pop up left field, Tyler Colvin, and that'll end the inning. The great play by Crawford Hicks. Casilla gets out of this mess, and the Giants lead by 4. Sportsnet Bay Area. Well, what are the fellas going to cover? Reaction to this game, and they'll check in about Matt Cain. Highlights of all the games around the major leagues. And the Sacramento Kings, they're going to celebrate a new arena. It'll be hosted by our 2 cab drivers, Dave and Ahmed.
They did pretty good, but asking for a tip,
They made no left turns. It was just all right turns. It took us forever.
Well, you know, I didn't really notice that, but now that you said that, you're right.
Canely back out on the mound to face Hicks. Hicks hit a ball well to center field. That was tracked down. He's 0 for 3. And a strike, and it's 0-1. Crawford. And then the pitcher spot, Santiago Casilla. It's always a thrill to watch Casilla hit if he's going to get a chance to hit. That's up high.
You're right about Casilla. Now I'm looking forward to the at bat. Nobody's throwing to the Giants bullpen, so he's probably going to get a chance to swing.
Swing by Hicks. It's a ball and 2 strikes. Well, he's on the top step and he's got a helmet. That's a good sign.
Yeah, that's a good sign. He doesn't have a bat yet, though.
Two and two. It's a brand new helmet. That can't be his, can it? Nope.
No. It's the
Shimachis.
The universal helmet that everybody in the bullpen shares.
Hicks hammers one to left, and it's going to be right at Barnes. So nice at bat, nothing to show for it. And here's Crawford. And Walt Weiss is going to come out. So the lefty is going to come in. So going to be Boone Logan. So Logan to face Crawford here in the 9th. On a run or 2 or 3, and it's a lefty. And who is this lefty?
Well, Boone Logan. There are the numbers that he has amassed. He's done a nice job. And look at the strikeout numbers: 18 strikeouts in 12 1/3. And when you take your at bats against Boone Logan, you're going to see a healthy fastball that goes low as the mid-90 and a big hard slider. That really is a strikeout pitch, both the righties and lefties. The righties and lefties hit him just about the same tune. 235 lefty, 231 righties. Has given up 2 big flies in 12 1/3.
Crawford's got a double and a home run in this game. He's 2 for 3. With Santiago Casilla on deck. Swinging a foul straight back. And it's no balls and 1 strike.
Look out, Alma. Out right below us.
Days of Cincinnati at the old riverfront, where Our stage manager, Alma Lynch, had a target on her.
Oh, that was a good yard. You had to be heads up when you were in the booth.
That's nice, close to the action. 0-1 to Crawford. Just outside. Casillas getting some instructions from the dugout. Who knows what they're telling him? He's going the old style, the weighted bat and the regular bat. Breaking ball and a beauty, 1-2.
It's that hard slider of Boone Logan. And it's about 10 miles per hour slower than the fastball.
And a bit high, not by much. It's a pretty good fastball.
Logan, a big guy, 6'5", 215, 7-year veteran. 29 years of age. Originally came up with the White Sox, went to Atlanta. For the last 4 years, he's been with the Yankees.
Crawford out swinging, 2 down, and here's Casillas.
Well, where he stands in the batter's box is always a bit entertaining.
Yeah, this is pretty normal.
We've seen it where he's gotten all the way back here.
Yeah, on the back line. Maybe he's been instructed not to swing. What do you think? 1 ball and no strikes.
Well, it definitely has the attention of the guys in the dugout.
Oh, yeah. Outside 2-0. They're just reminding us in the truck that David Huff hurt himself running down the line, beating out a base hit the last time the Giants were here.
First big league knock.
Two and 0. And a call strike. 2 balls and 1 strike.
Casillas does have a big league hit. He's got 1. Everybody watching.
Off his foot.
So he's up there hacking, as you should be. Have fun with it. Just don't whack it off your toe.
Yeah.
Looks like Pablo Sandoval's getting a little enjoyment out of that.
Anthony Reyes watching. It's 2-2. And Casillas stays alive. I think Pagan on deck is thinking he's going to hit.
No. Look at the panda. He'll definitely get some mileage out of this. You just hope nobody gets hurt. As you mentioned, we saw David Huff get hurt. Saw
Dan Runsler in Milwaukee.
Dan Runsler. Ooh, it's a breaking ball. That may have been the first one he's ever seen.
From where he's at.
He's got the universal bullpen helmet on. There we are. Yeah. The universal bullpen helmet will fit a guy's head at 6 7/8 or 8 1/4.
It's one size fits all. He's going to let fly on this one. Tulowitzki is going to throw him out easy. That's exactly what we're talking about. And he's hurt.
Unbelievable.
And he's hurt. Unbelievable.
Well, he was flying down the line. And it's a hamstring. Unbelievable.
Well, we're going to take a break. I can't believe it. Bottom of the ninth coming up. Santiago Casilla can barely put weight on either leg. It's going to be Jeremy Affeldt who's going to pitch. And he just doesn't want to put weight on anything. And somebody ought to just lift him up.
Well, they got a lot of stairs to go up too. I mean, that's unbelievable. All right, watch him. He takes his right foot and it goes over the bag, and we're assuming that it's a hamstring.
Yeah, there was two short steps at the very end. And, you know, it looked like for a second it was his ankle, but clearly he knew it was hurt right away. Can't get out of here quick enough.
No. And he was flying.
Well, he wanted to compete. So Affeldt is on to try to get the last 3 outs. And he'll be facing Stubbs, the pinch hitter.
So the numbers for Jeremy Affeldt as he comes into his 16th game since he's come off the disabled list have been very good. 0-1, 1.98 ERA. Low 90s fastball with sink, curveball split.
And a first pitch strike. Affeldt pitched for this Rockies team when they went to the World Series against the Red Sox. Giants now have to try to get a pitcher in here by tomorrow's game. We know people are on the phone as we speak.
As we speak.
Giants lost 2 pitchers tonight. low to Stubbs. It's 2-1. Arenado's on deck. Yep. That'll get you to talk to yourself if you're the manager.
Concern on that man's face, understandably.
Nope. And they're going to say he went around 2-2. Affelt asked immediately, although the pitcher asking is probably not going to do it. But Sanchez then asked.
Let's check out. Did Drew Stubbs go?
I don't think he did.
I don't either. Giants catch a break there. Jim Reynolds, the first base umpire, with the swing sign. So that makes it a 2-2 count. Big difference.
Got him. That was a strike.
Hamari had to think about it. And it was a strike. Big curveball and a good one. So Affelt saves it for a 2-strike surprise. And drops it right in there. We talked about the 2 pitchers that were lost in this game tonight. You just saw Santiago Casilla, who had to have a lot of help to get out the field. Matt Cain will left the field on his own. We won't know the severity of either injury until after the game, of course.
Arenado's 0 for 3. And he takes a strike, and it's 0-1. And that pitch is down low. Morneau is on deck. Tapped deep in the hole for Crawford. Quick exchange, not a problem. 2 down.
With Affelt, you get ground balls. Tonight there has been humidity in the air, and there have been good sliders thrown. There have been good sinkers thrown. One of those rare evenings at Coors Field when you get some moisture in the air.
So here's Morneau, 0 for 2, hit by a pitch in the second. And this is popped up, and this should send everybody home. And that's the ball game. So game 2 in the series goes to the Giants at a cost. But that will be dealt with the manager and Brian Sabian and his staff tonight and tomorrow. But a nice win for the Giants.
Well, and really great pitching. Matt Cain left after the third. The bullpen comes in and eats up 6 innings, giving up just the 1 run. And a nice comeback win considering the disappointing loss last night. But indeed, it is bittersweet.
You got to get over it quickly in this ballpark, and the Giants did. And the final score here at Coors Field, the Giants 5 and the Rockies 1. Esurance Giants postgame live is coming up, but first, let's go to the Sportsnet Central studio.